All right, but anyway, Dak Prescott, right? We were just talking about, and I'm still saying he will get signed before the season begins. This is just the way Jerry Jones does business. It just is. And I'm not guaranteeing it. I could be wrong. But judging by the way he's done things in the past, he's going to sign Dak Prescott before Sunday. It might be, I'm saying even tomorrow. It's interesting. I didn't see Dak. Rob G, did you see any video of Dak's interviews today? Because, Matt Mosley said he was chipper and, had a better demeanor and seemed like something might get done. So, we'll see. But anyway, Brandin Cooks, the number 2 receiver on the Cowboys, the much maligned number 2 receiver, I might add, he had this to say about those that want to be critical of Dak.
I mean, it's blasphemy. It's unbelievable. I mean, the guy shows up every year in and year out, putting up numbers, leading his team. He can't do it all by himself, right? A lot of those great quarterbacks that I've been with, Tom and Drew, they, don't get me wrong, they won a lot of games, won a lot of Super Bowls, but they had a lot of help around them as well, right? And so us players around them also got to step up. And so when we hear that disrespect, I take that personally, and as his teammates, we should take that personally, because at the end of the day, somebody got to be able to help him get over that hump so we can go win one.
Chris, not only is it not blasphemy, it's the gospel. And there's plenty of evidence to point why people question Dak Prescott. It ain't like Chris, he had one bad playoff game or something and the sample size is so small and it's not fair. Come on. And some bad games, Chris. At home, Green Bay rolled over them. Dak contributed to it. Yep. He turned the ball over. He put the defense in bad spots. What are you not watching? You remember a couple years ago against the 49ers at home, Chris? Their offense was putrid. Dak played poorly. No, I don't think it's unfair. When you have a track record and it's a good sample size, people have a right to look at you the same way, Chris, they used to do it with Peyton Manning. He's a great regular season quarterback until he started to win. That's what they said, because his postseasons weren't good enough. And people have a right, if you have enough sample size, Chris, to look at you in that light. I don't think that anybody's done anything that is like disrespectful or, I can't believe that they criticize Dak or they don't think he's a great quarterback. I'm sorry. There's enough out there that I think people can use it against him.
No, you're right on the money. And Brandin Cooks, he's standing up for a teammate. We get it, right? We understand it. As his quarterback, he needs his quarterback, right? So, he may very well feel that way, or he may just be saying what's politically correct. But either way, did Trent McDuffie get hurt? Looks like, I'm not sure. But no, you're right on the money, Rob. First of all, Dak has gotten to the level. He has been a good regular season quarterback. Last year, he was second in the MVP voting. He's reached a level where you're going to get criticized if you don't produce in the playoffs. Rob, what were we saying about Lamar Jackson, right? Until he wins the Super Bowl, people are going to be like, he can't.
Yep. That's what comes with
better
it. That's
quarterbacks.
what comes with it.
This is what I say to Brandin Cooks. Much better quarterbacks than Dak Prescott are getting criticized. We just thought Lamar Jackson, a 2-time MVP. Lamar Jackson, a unanimous MVP.
Yep.
Has been to the AFC Championship game, which you can't say in the NFC. And he's getting criticized. Peyton Manning, who changed the game, the way the position is played as a quarterback, won 2 MVPs before winning his first Super Bowl. And you said it, Rob. was criticized.
Was criticized like anybody else. Michael Jordan in those early years, Chris, those first 7 years, oh, he's a great player. He don't make anybody better, and he's a great player, but I don't know if he'll ever win.
Magic and Larry.
That's what they said. Can you imagine people said that they didn't think Michael Jordan was going to win?
I know, right?
Come on, Chris. We could go back and read it.
Oh, he's exciting. His shoes look good.
Yep, all that.
He makes good come fly with me videos, good commercials, but he can't win.
Here we go.
He's not Magic. He's not Bird. They said all of that. So you're in good company, Dak.
Let me give you some numbers. Dak against rookie Brock Purdy, Chris. 23 for 37, 206 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Dak at home versus the 49ers and Jimmy G. 23 for 43, 254, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, took 5 sacks. So I'm just saying, when you start looking at this, and since claiming
last year, and there are people that want to have this revisionist history, but it was the defense.
No,
the defense wasn't good either. But Dak wasn't helping them at all. 2 interceptions in the first half, Rob. What, a pick 6 in the first? I mean, come on. What do we? And you're not scoring. Now you say this about Aaron Rodgers. I get it. Your defense did not hold up and stop the opposing team, but you weren't scoring either.
Right.
So it goes both ways. We're not exonerating the defense, but we're not exonerating Dak either.
And here it is. Since claiming their franchise last Super Bowl, Chris, the 1995 season, Dallas hasn't advanced past the divisional round, where it is 0-7, the worst in the NFL during that span. This is why I was talking about the Jerry Jones and all. I mean, Jerry Jones and where they are. But during the Super Bowl era since 1967, there have been just 5 quarterbacks who have played in at least 3 divisional round games, Chris, without winning at least one. This is per the NFL research. 2 of those 3 quarterbacks, you ready? Tony Romo, 0-3, and Dak Prescott, 0-3. And Tony Romo's career was the same, Chris. They couldn't get over the hump. Right. And remember, he had some great regular seasons.
Yep, he did. He really did. It was very similar, to be honest.
Very similar.
Tony Romo was a star. Tony Romo was a celebrity. He wasn't in that upper crust of quarterbacks, but he was right below him. And that's Dak. That's Dak. And so, no, it's far from blasphemy for people to be critical of Dak Prescott. Rob, you said you lost to Jimmy G. You lost to Brock Purdy. You lost to Jordan Love. Dudes with no playoff experience.
Right.
And I get it, it's a team game, but again, you helped put your team in the bad positions that it was in that helped it lose. And look, there's 2 schools of thought. There's, if you don't pay Dak, where do you go? You're risking. You're playing Russian roulette with your quarterback position, right? You might go another 5-10 years without getting a franchise quarterback. So even if Dak isn't, all that, he is good enough to get you 12 wins and into the tournament. And then there's the other school of thought we talked about, Rob, where, you know what? You should just move on. You should just move on because he can't win you a Super Bowl. And so it'll be interesting. It's a huge year. I do think that, like I said, I really still think that there's a great chance that they pay Dak Prescott tomorrow. But we'll see.